Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is RRPG here, and welcome to another episode of RRPG Let's Play with Tales of Phantasia on the Super Famicom. In today's episode, we are going to go to the Lone Valley and try to get the Summoned Spirit Sylph, who is the Summoned Spirit of Wind. So let's get on with the episode that's already in progress. And here we are at Harmel Village, which is north of the Lone Valley, and what we want to do here at this item shop is we want to grab one item of a pickaxe, and I would suggest one item of a rope, but I don't know why. But let's go at. But I don't know why we're going north here. I mean, we could go up north we could go up north to Phantasia to try to get some higher level items, you know, aside from the ones that are here. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I went ahead and did so anyway. So once we leave and start going north, I will cut off from going to, from us going to Phantasia, because we shouldn't be going there right away, and we'll get back to the Lone Valley. And Harmel Village has some really good items here, well, especially equipment and such for you to equip on Kless and all if you want to get through the Lone Valley. It's either the Long Valley or the Lone Valley. I'm not sure which this game's logic it goes by, but I'm pretty sure it's the Lone Valley. Now we can get a meat tray for mint, which I think is more of a priest's hat or whatever that thing is. But yeah. Okay. Now if we go north here, like I said, we'll head to Phantasia, but I won't go the right away, so I'll go ahead and cut off here pretty quickly. Okay, here we are. Now here we go to the Lone Valley, or the Long Valley, which one? And, he calls it the Long Valley, but I'm pretty sure it's the Lone Valley. But, Clarth is mentioning the, Summoned Spirit of Wind, Sylph, or known as the Air Spirits, is living here in the Long Valley. So that way we can, try to get a contract with it, or form a pact with it, as, the Tales games, go by these days. You know, the term pact and, ringmaker, forging a pact, or forging a contract, or whatever. Now, this man here, named Bart, he is currently holding the opal ring, which we will need in order to forge a pact with Sylph. So, yeah, he's going to give that to us because Clarth is wanting to seek a pact with Sylph. But Bart is also giving us a favor to do. So he wants us to look for his daughter named Archie, and because she has been gone for like several weeks, and he noticed adventurers like us, so he wants us to look for her. And the only way to find her is that she has long pink hair and has a green ribbon on her head, or has a ribbon on her head of sorts. Okay, let's go over here at the east side of the house, and we get a thieves' mantle. It's basically a more powerful cape. So I went ahead and equipped that on Kless. So. Okay, this is one of the obstacles that we need to use the pickaxe for, because it will help us destroy debris that's in the way, so that way we can get through certain areas. And like I said, I went ahead to Phantasia and picked up a new weapon. It's a new type of spear for Kless. It's not I don't think it's a halberd, but it's some kind of spear. I think it's a Cortesque spear or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. Now, when fighting here in the Long Valley, this is a good grinding spot, but it's a lot better in the PlayStation 1 remake, because grinding goes by a little bit faster, because I think you can get up to at least 250 levels, if I'm not mistaken. Now, in this part of the battle, we're fighting against these sylphs. And we need to fight against them, so that way we can stop the little windstorms that are going on that's preventing us from going forward. Now, in order to attack these that are in the sky, you want to make sure that you're at a long range, but sometimes it's not easy, because they will get close to where we are! Jerks. Okay, finally got it. Or we finally got them, regardless. And we get a couple of rune bottles for that, which is always nice, and I think that's something we can get when we defeat the sylphs. The sylphs that are possessed. And now the sylph says that their fellow kinsmen are losing control because of the powers from the air in the realm of magic that is seeping from inside the cave. And Clorth is explaining that the cause of what the sylphs why the sylphs gone haywire is because of shoki, or if you want to know what shoki means in Japanese, it's miasma, meaning an overexposure of air that's really hazardous can cause abnormal effects to someone's mind, I guess you could say, or something's mind, kind of like it was affecting the sylphs in this valley, or one of the sylphs, rather. But yeah, some of the sylphs here, they are affected by shoki, so we're going to have to save them. Now, we don't want to go north. We want to take this little path, you know, with the one with the whirlwinds, because if we took the other path, there's another pair of sylphs that are going to try and, you know, blow us away through the whirlwinds that will make us lose a lot of HP. And there's another pair of sylphs right here, but we're going to take a little shortcut by going down. And that's why I asked you to make sure you get a rope by going to Harmel Village before coming here, because that way you can get through. And here's another stone wall that we can break open, or rock wall. And if we go over here, I think there's an item over here. I could be mistaken. Oh, yes, there is. And we get a spy lens, or a magical lens from the other Tales games, as they called them, or whatever. But yeah, like I said, those spy lens, you can see an enemy's HP and tech points when you're in battle, so that way you can determine how long it will take for you to defeat them. It's usually good when you're fighting against high-level bosses who have lots of hit points, so use that as an advantage when you're fighting against them. And here we have another pair of sylphs that we need to defeat, and I think this is the second pair that we have to fight against, or the second and only pair we have to fight against. We don't have to worry about the others. And they were a cakewalk, because they did not move. And they gave us a rune bottle, only one that time. Strange. But they died gracefully and weakened, well, peacefully. And we can go up to this area over here, which has some miasma, or shoki, flowing through. So we need to try to find a way to stop that flow of miasma from, you know, affecting that area. Because going through those clouded patterns of the shoki or the miasma, they will make us lose some hit points. So that's why we, excuse me, that's why we need to go ahead and we need to, you know, push these rocks inside these little, you know, those little cesspools that's flowing with shoki. So that way we can get it to stop the flow of air. So that way it doesn't form that much of a problem. You know, in case we were to cross there again. Okay, and Kless is already a level 11 too, so that's pretty good. Yeah, but I think this game, you know, it's more the traditional grinding as you would get from an RPG. In case if you were to go up to level 99, which most RPGs tend to go for these days. I mean, I know games like Disgaea, they tend to go for more high level, you know, higher levels when grinding, as well as you know, later Tales games, but and Star Ocean, but yeah, this just really takes the cake. And Clarth is mentioning to us that that since we're inside this realm of magic here, or this place that kind of looks like hell, is that the demons that are inside this place, they cannot survive without the shoki, in case if they are above the surface. So that's why we need to go ahead and we need to, oh my god. Yeah, like I said, when going through places like this, you are going to be prone to take damage from the shoki, or whatever. And it's not going to be a pretty sight, so you're going to need to make sure you have lots of orange gels or lots of apple gels in the process if you're here, because, like I said, you're going to tend to lose HP a lot. But it gets a lot worse when you're playing the PlayStation 1 version, because, like, every time when you go through the Shoki, you will tend to get hit a lot faster with the Shoki that's around. But we cannot go through that way, so we're going to need to take the boulder to another area. So there's another path where we can take that in order to try to find that spot where we can close off the flow of Shoki going through. But I'll show you where that is. And oh my god, I really cannot stand this. You know, it's parts like these in the game that become really tedious, and it makes you want to move slower, but you're still going to take damage nonetheless if you move, so what's the point of, you know, taking baby steps? Okay, and we got past that one spot that we can't even go through, so if we just push the boulder this way... Oh, come on. If we push or pull it this way, there's a pool over there that's filled with... that shows a flow of Shoki coming through. So we want to go ahead and we want to put that there, and there's one more that we can get while we're here, and that way we can go ahead and... Oh my god. And one of the things when you're inside here in the realm of magic is that you want to make sure you stay away from the Hell Lords. Basically, they look like demons that are like whip judges or whatever, so yeah, because they sometimes will summon they will summon a lich, and that lich will and that demon will kill you instantaneously almost if you have if you're very low on HP. So yeah, you want to be careful. Like I said, you want to make sure you have a you want to make sure that you still have a lot of healing items on you. But it shouldn't be that much of a problem much longer, because we are about to close off this second... oh, we also got the Blade Storm technique. Now, the Blade Storm technique is the equivalent of Sword Rain in this game. So, this is what Sword Rain is called in this game. And we went ahead and closed off the Miasma that's flowing here in the caves. So that way, we shouldn't have a problem trying to get up to where the... some of the treasures that are being blocked by the other sylphs are, and we should be able to forge a contract with, or forge a pact with Sylph finally. Now if we climb back up here, we can go ahead and pick up this treasure chest over here. We get another rune bottle, which is a good sign. And Clarth says that the Sylph should recover by now, which means, like I said, we can go and forge the pact right now. Or, as this game likes to say it, forge a contract. I notice when going, you know, across this bridge to try to get up to Sylph that there are no enemies, you know, that you're fighting against. And as soon as you forge a contract with Sylph, you won't be able to fight any more enemies inside this place, you know, for now. Especially with this time period. I mean, when you get to a different time, when you come to a different time period and you come here, you will fight enemies again. But for now, after you forge a contract with Sylph, we should be able to, we shouldn't be able to have to fight any enemies left in this area, or fight any more enemies in this area. Now, Sylph is telling us that the Tree of Life, or the Tree of World Regeneration, called Yggdrasil, as this game, as later remakes tend to, you know, go by it, is that trying to use magic in a short period of time, or what little time there is left in this world, that mana will no longer be able to be found in this world, as the Tree of Life is getting close to dying. And Clarth is very curious to know what is going on, as well as Mint and Kless. So I'm pretty sure something tells me we are going to go back to those woods where we saw that dead tree in the present, and we are going to meet that woman who is there, you know, guarding the tree. And now we forged a contract with Sylph, and I'll show you what Clarth using Sylph in the next episode. But for now, we are going to go ahead and we're going to make our way back. And we could not find Archie inside the inside this place, or inside this dungeon, I guess you could say, or the set of mountains. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our way out of here, and then we're going to try to move north back to Harmel Village and towards Phantasia for some more adventures to go through. And then after we're not going to go north just yet. We're going to make our way over to the forest where the Tree of Life is, in this time. No, that's north of Belladum Village. And Bart comments that the wind is much better here, and Clarth says so. But they could not find Archie, but they tell him that they will continue to look for her. Okay, guys, I think this is a good spot to where we can go ahead and stop things right here, since we made so much progress today. So, next time on RRPG Let's Play with Tales of Phantasia on the Super Famicom, we are going to go to the forest just south of Belladum Village to visit the Tree of Life Yggdrasil. And then we're going to make our way back north to Harmel Village, as well as visit Phantasia, and possibly get a little bit started with a main quest for in order to help this little girl, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description, and also check out Mr. Retro Kid 91's YouTube page, where Insatiable Gaming is, that me and some other people are a part of, to show my LP, our LPs and stuff. And if you like what you saw, be sure you subscribe to my channel and you leave comments below and let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Anyway, take care of yourselves, gamers, and I'll see you next time. See you guys then.